What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Well, ever since the day after Election Day, Kamala Harris, after her concession speech, has been pretty much invisible. That's understandable. She suffered a rather devastating Election Day loss to former President Trump. And you would think that she wants to spend some time with her family, people that care about her, to recover from the exhaustion, recover from the disappointment, the emotional toll that probably took on her, and plan for her future. But here we are 3 weeks later, and she came out with a video message, which I guess was designed to buck up the troops as far as her supporters, not to take this loss too harshly, and to know that, hey, she still will be in the game in some capacity. But if that was the intent of this video message, then that failed epically, because there's something seriously wrong with Kamala Harris in this video. Okay. Now, maybe it's a combination of her just being extremely tired, for whatever reason, not on her A game, whatever the case may be. But social media is buzzing. Even supporters and Democrats were shocked by what they saw in this particular video. She appeared to be blurry-eyed. Sometimes she appeared to have a look of frustration. But to be honest with you, it kind of looked like she was drunk, like she was hammered, like she was sloshed, okay? Like she was pickled. And look, there have always been some rumors about Kamala Harris, right? And I'm not saying she was a functional alcoholic or nothing like that, but I've heard these rumors, and maybe you have as well, that, you know, back in the day, she was a party girl. And then there have been rumors that, you know, she likes a drink. Those have been rumors that have been long-standing for quite some time. There have even been some people who have suspected that part of the reason why she sometimes seems a little bit subdued or out of it during these 100 and something days when she was the Democratic nominee for president, that maybe part of the reason why sometimes she seemed so flat in her speeches was that she was partially, you know, drunk. I've never really played into that. I just thought that, well, I never thought that was it. I thought that the main problem was that she just has a weird, you know, delivery and how she speaks. But now after seeing this particular video, you know, it might be something to it. It may be something to it, man, because something might be wrong, man. It could be that, I mean, look, if she does have a bit of a drinking issue, it stands to reason that she's been very depressed. And oftentimes when you're depressed, especially if you like to drink, you drink more. And there's some people who don't tolerate their alcohol very well. You know what I'm saying? They really don't tolerate it. Look, this is how I look at Kamala Harris. I'm trying to be fair here, right? Look, I don't like this woman. I think that's quite obvious that I don't like her. I don't think, though, that you get to where she is being a dysfunctional human being. Like, by dysfunctional, you know, I get the impression that she seems like she works out a lot. She's like she takes care of her health. I don't get the impression that she is like, Lyndon Johnson, just tossing back. What was that? What we used to drink? Sooty cuddy, whatever you call that damn old alcohol. I don't get the impression that he's just knocking back, or excuse me, that she was just knocking back, or she's been knocking back alcohol all this time. But I do get the impression. Remember that video that came out? I guess to appeal to regular people or men for some reason. They had her at a bar drinking, and she cursed or something. That seemed like a real natural setting for her. So look, I think she's the type of person who likes to drink every now and then, but I don't think she goes overboard because she's the vice president. And we are in a society now where you can't get away with that type of stuff. Now, does she, in the privacy of her own home, maybe drink, knock them down or whatever? Possibly. Do I give a shit? Not really. But do I give a shit if this person is running for the presidency? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I remember reading about how Richard Nixon, during Watergate, was drinking so much that basically the Defense Department became so concerned about his state of mind, dealing with the stress of Watergate, plus being exacerbated by him drinking, that if he ordered any sort of military nuclear strike, or even a aggressive non-nuclear military strike, that basically that order, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Henry Kissinger put that out there, the Secretary of State at the time, former defense, what was he before that? I think he was the National Security Advisor, then he became Secretary of State. But anyway, Henry Kissinger put out an order, basically, that if Nixon himself put out an order for a military strike, that it had to go through him, and it had to be approved by the top personnel in the Defense Department. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew that this guy drunk a lot of alcohol at times, and that he may not be in his right mind. So yeah, you can't have a person who's in that chair and they may potentially have an alcohol consumption problem. You can't have that. So look, at the end of the day, we may have dodged a bullet with this one. Just saying. I mean, you already have a person who, in her, that has a history of, not really being fully engaged as a vice president. Do we really need her to be in that office, the top office, with that bullshit? Nah. And look, I noticed there are a lot of people that look at me a certain way. Oh, this guy's a Trump supporter, even though I said numerous times I'm not. Oh, why you only go hard on the Democratic Party and all of this type stuff. And, I've tried to explain it time and time again. People don't want to hear it. But, I don't feel like I have to explain myself to people no more. Either you like my content or you don't. You can subscribe or unsubscribe. Doesn't really matter to me anymore. I'm not going to keep trying to explain what I do with the type of videos I do. It is what it is. But anyway, I guess she's really taking it hard, man. She's taking it extremely hard. Extremely hard. But, should we feel sorry for her? No. I mean, did she feel sorry for all of the men that she put, behind bars? Oftentimes, knowing that these men were innocent. Oftentimes, hiding evidence that would have proven that these men were, at the very least, there should have been secondary trials or mistrials, or some that were even, as one notable case had it, she locked up one guy knowing he was innocent. Why? Because she had ambition and she wanted to go into politics. And everybody knows in this country that the one group that people have the least amount of empathy for are black men. But somehow I'm a coon, according to them, because I go in on the Democratic Party all the time, right? I don't show the same energy. But it's perfectly okay to take up the mantle and cap for a woman who's done nothing but lock up people that look like you. So I really don't think you have any credibility on this issue, if that's your position. So anyway, that's all I got to say about this. Tell me what you guys think.